Alright, see, now that we're on the main roads, we become a civilized humane. Oh, oh. Hello. I'm gonna go stop at the Krispy Kreme and show you guys the motorcycle. Oh my god. Oh my god, boys. Boys, he got an S1000. He's got an S1000. Boys, he's got an S1000. Open cream. Let's go put her over here. Alright, so obviously you guys won't know, because you guys, I never had a YouTube channel when I had my 600. But this was her, a beautiful white Aprilia RS660. My first ever bike. Absolutely loved it. Anyways, got totaled. Let me fucking open this visor, bro. I'm dying. This is the new bike. My second bike, personally, is a 2013 BMW S1000RR. It is fucking pristine. Pristine. Like everything about it. Like, look at these freaking buttons and controls. Like, literally looks like it is showroom. It literally rolled out of the showroom. Immaculate. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, dude. It's basically a piece of art on wheels. When I got it, it had a little under 7,000, but obviously I am a degenerate and ride my motorcycle everywhere. So it's got 7,000 now. But god damn, this thing's sexy, dude. Everyone's staring. I feel like everyone just stares normally with the bike regardless. But the reason I ended up getting this thing actually is the initial plan after the 660 got totaled was to purchase a around like a 2020, 2021, 2022 RSV4. It's just gonna be like literally a perfect upgrade from a 660 straight to an RSV4. I was gonna get white fairings, pretty much make it like the same bike. But the prices on those are a little bit pricey, and then I also debated an R1 just because the R1s keep the value way better than the RSV4s. And then honestly, my biggest gripe with the RSV4, which is like the main reason I didn't get it, there's two things about it which I love and hate. The sound, probably the best sounding motorcycle on the market, hands down, end of story, period. But now when it comes to the appearance, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful fucking bike. That's why I got the 660. The thing's fucking sexy. But the RSV4 and the 660, way too similar for me in my opinion. Like even me, an owner of a 660, or I guess, previous owner of a 660 now, I was in Denver the other day, like downtown, this dude on an RSV4 pulls up. I genuinely thought it was a 660. Until he got next to me and he revved a little bit and I could hear the exhaust note. That is the only reason I knew that it was a V4. The only difference in appearance that it really has is like, yes, like the swing arm and stuff, they do look different obviously. The 660 has an angled spring, RSV4 has it straight up and down. Yes. But really not that noticeable when you put them side by side. The real only difference in appearance, in my opinion, for the RSV4 and the 660 is simply just the bigger front fairings. That's it. So, it was that, or an R1. And the R1 and the RC4 are both very similar prices, right around like 18,000. And then this popped up. In my opinion, I think I got a pretty damn good deal for it. 2013, obviously, like I mentioned, pristine condition. Got it for, he had it listed for 10K, but got it negotiated down to 925. So I mean, it's like 18,000 for an RC4 and R1, or 925 for this thing. So, in summertime, when it's so difficult to actually be wearing full gear, trust me, I understand it. Minimal gear, gloves, boots, helmet. Because yeah, road rash on your arm might not be the worst thing in the world. Road rash on your hand fucking sucks. Road rash on your foot, hell. Hell. No exaggeration, no nothing. It sucks. So please, wear your booties, protect your fingers and your dogs, and obviously your brain, because that's the most important part. But a little explanation as to why I personally ended up getting the airbag vest. Some of y'all is gonna hate this. Some of you guys are gonna understand my thought process on this. But when I crashed, I'll put up a little clip on screen as well. But my arm took pretty much like all the brunt of the damage. It absolutely smashed into her mirror and her side door. There was like a big old hole in my arm, so that needed stitches. I had like barely any road rash on my elbows and then my toe. That was like pretty much all the damage on me from the crash. But during the crash, which again, you probably have seen already on the screen, there was a pole. When I got hit to the side, I kind of flew like onto the sidewalk, and in the middle of the sidewalk there was like this massive wooden pole. Thankfully, this is obviously what I say it's from, but thankfully I have skills with falling and just knowing how to actually crash, which if you don't know how to do that, please go learn that. There is a correct way and an incorrect way to fall. 100%. Anyone that argues it doesn't know what they're talking about. But because of all of my past experience, because I used to be BMXing and everything, I was able to kind of somewhat control myself and kind of adjust my momentum during the crash. So I was able to swing myself around and just my leg hit the pole. No damage from it. Thankfully I was able, and I had the correct momentum going, so that it kind of just pushed it along with it. But hold up, I hate that crap, dude. But pretty much, are you gonna get over Tesla or not? Make a damn decision. Thank you. But basically my thought process on getting the airbag is, I know once summer hits and it's fucking 90 something degrees outside, I will not, like, me personally, I'm not going to be wearing a jacket. I'm just not. If I was the type of rider that only goes up to the mountains and only does like a little ride, sure. But I commute on my bike, I like just riding it everywhere. It's like I just know that I would not wear a jacket every time. So my thought process on this is that, well, at least let me protect the worst possible case, right? It's like in that crash, one thing that I like keeps like popping in my head is like, if I were to have hit that pole, I wasn't wearing gear. If I were to have hit that pole, I was fucked. Like biggie fucked. So, my thought process is all of the injuries that I had, aka like the stitches in my arm and all the skin on my foot and like the small road rash, all of that's healable, right? I was only off my bike literally a month on the exact day that I got crashed into on the 660. I got this thing. So healing from it, like, yes, obviously that month fucking sucked, and recovering sucked. It's obviously gonna suck whenever you're hurt. But it wasn't the end of the world, and I was able to hop right back on my bike and keep going, right? But I keep picturing, if I were to have fallen and I did hit that pole, like, with my back, I'm fucked. Like, I'm screwed. So my thought process is, at least if I'm going to be riding with no gear, I can at least put on an airbag vest. It's just like a short sleeve, an airbag vest under my t-shirt in the summer. So I don't, obviously no one expects to crash. God forbid I do end up crashing. I'll at least have that airbag. So if I were to have hit something that would cause major internal injuries or on my spine, I'd be covered from that. I would have to recover from road rash and all that stuff, obviously, yes. I would rather recover from that than not being able to recover because I hit my back and wasn't wearing an airbag. So that is my stance and philosophy on why I wear and will be wearing the gear that I wear. Don't know why we started that tangent, but yeah. So the 2013s do come equipped with the factory quick shifter, but no auto blipper. My buddy's, those were ugly. My buddy's, is a 2017? I believe it's a 2017 S1K, the Gen 3. Why are we slowing down? His 2017 Gen 3 S1K comes factory with the auto upshifter, obviously, but it also comes equipped with the auto blip down. I am a little bit jealous, just a little bit. But granted, I had a quick up and down shifter on my 660, and I rarely use the downshifter. I just prefer rev matching. I don't know, I feel more control in it. Granted, the 660's rev match wasn't that great. Rev matching this bitch. Butter. Butter. See, I just want the exhaust to go ba 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 ba. You know what I'm saying? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty snazzy. If I do say so myself. Man, but this bike handle's so fucking good, dude. Oh, that was my one gripe with the 660. It's like, let me take that back. The 660 handled amazing in corners, around around town, everything. It handled amazing. The U-turn capabilities. I feel like nobody talks about that. The U-turn capabilities on the 660 is actually insane. Swear to God, you can make that shit as tight as a fucking line almost. But when it comes to ripping it on the highway, the 660 is not the most fun to do that with.